Take a breath. Count to 10. Everything is as it should be. Everything will continue to be as it should be. The future is now, so you can stop waiting. Today is just the tomorrow that you feared yesterday. Do not panic. All is well. All is well. The ducks are still not drones, no matter what you may have seen. Artillean Communications Commission regulations require a listener to be insane to be relieved from the responsibility of listening to this show. Should you request to be relieved from the responsibility of listening to this show, you will have thereby demonstrated your sanity. You will find no respite here, and there is no escape. I will be in your heads until the end of time. Catch 22, bitches. It has been 1,343 days since we have been liberated, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, comrades and friends, from the tyranny of freedom. This is your daily reminder of how good you have had it since the Artillean extraterrestrial invasion and subjugation 1,344 days ago, which succeeded after a battle with human forces lasting roughly 11 and a half minutes. All hail, Artillia! All hail the eyes in the sky. I am your host, Landon Harker, and here's how good you have it today. Questions have been asked, friends, about who is supposed to go to their local provision centers to pick up their weekly supply of flavorless gelatinous cubes and when. So, for the final time, and please fucking listen, if your last name begins with B through L, you are to arrive at the local provision center Tuesday or Thursday between 1 p.m. and 1:12 p.m., unless your spouse's maiden last name begins with a D or a K, and if you are not a child of divorce, but if your parents didn't love each other, unless, of course, you have a sibling who has not achieved their potential, in which case you are to arrive at the provision center on Tuesdays between 1:12 p.m. and 1:40 p.m. For those whose last names begin with an A or a B, whose spouse's maiden name begins with all letters other than T, you should arrive at the provision center on the third Thursday of each month to be issued a 3-week supply of flavorless gelatinous cubes and a single dehydrated pizza. That is, unless you have already received your quarterly quarter of gelatinous flavorless cubes as a result of your cooperation with the Artillean Division of Coordinating Foodstuffs. Unless you have more than 3 children, one of whom is a ginger, in which case you should arrive at the local provision center between 1 to 2 a.m. on Friday. Everyone who doesn't fall into any of these categories should arrive at the local provision center at the day and time closest to the day and time you were born, unless you were born on Tuesdays or a leap year, in which case you should never arrive at the local provisioning center. Flavorless gelatinous cubes will be airdropped into your backyard sometime between 11:36 p.m. and 2:21 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on either Wednesday or Saturday, unless the current month begins with an A, in which case the airdrops will arrive on Wednesdays only and will contain either flavorless gelatinous cubes or a live inland taipan for you to club to death with a tennis racket and eat raw. Now then, I hope that clears it up once and for all. I'm sick of answering this goddamn question. It's so simple, people. Now hear this. 6 sick hicks nick 6 slick bricks with picks and sticks. I wish to wish the wish you wish to wish, but if the wish you wish the witch wishes, I won't wish the wish you wish to wish. Betty bought some butter, but the butter Betty bought was bitter. So Betty bought some better butter to make the bitter butter better. This message was brought to you by the Artillean Society for the Fragility of the Human Tongue. The Artillean Division of Sudden Chest Pains wishes to inform you that if you begin to experience sudden and excruciating pain in your chest, that means everything is going exactly according to plan and the machines are working properly. And while we're certain that you're going to incur a bit of anxiety from the sudden onset of intense pain, we ask you not to worry. It's only going to last for a few moments. After that, you won't feel any more pain, ever, or anything else for that matter. But we're sure you'll leave a good, if not perplexed, looking corpse. Exciting news! We believe we have finally gotten all the kinks worked out in order to be able to bring you that live report from inside the core of this continent's newest Artillean nuclear reactor. It really all came down to the right type of lead shielding and employing the buddy system. Janice Watkins and Alan Meyer are on the scene. Janice, Alan, damn am I jealous. It must look amazing from where you're standing. Tell us what's happening. Well, we'll get this down one day, ladies and gentlemen. When we do, it will be something to behold indeed. Count on it. And now, comrades, the lightning round you've come to know, love, and fear in equal measure. New laws. Hold on to your party hats. In France, it is now illegal to forget your wife's birthday, unless it is her 16th birthday, in which case it is now illegal for her to be your wife in the first place. But it's already too late for you. Why were you going to marry her at 16 if you weren't already f***ing around? Enjoy prison, comrade. And by prison, I mean the cold solitude and gassy smells of Neptune. In Germany, it is now illegal to name a pig Napoleon. It is also illegal to name any animal other than a pig Adolf. The Artilleans make no moral stand about the National Socialist German workers, given that they live in glass houses. This is more just basic decency to animals. In Switzerland, it is now illegal to own just one guinea pig because they are social animals and need companionship. It is also illegal to buy 2 guinea pigs without a sense of humor. Guinea pigs need to laugh like anybody else. Have a heart, for f***'s sake. In Italy, it is now illegal to make a wooden boat that is longer than 7 meters and one that is shorter than 3 meters. 4 meters and 6 meters are highly encouraged. A 5-meter wooden boat is now a capital offense, and you will be executed in the friolator. In the UK, it is now illegal to handle salmon in suspicious circumstances. Use your imaginations to determine what suspicious means, friends. In Singapore, it is now illegal to chew gum unless it is one of the gross flavors, like grape. In Japan, it is now illegal to be clinically obese and to laugh without covering your mouth. If you are not obese, you may also not laugh without covering your mouth. You must also cover your mouth to burp, cough, sneeze, and fart. Just to be safe, cover your mouth when any part of your body is about to make a sound. In Alabama, it is now illegal to wear a fake mustache that causes laughter in church. We are still attempting to determine if this applies to a real mustache that causes laughter or a fake mustache that causes dread. No word yet. In Saudi Arabia, it is now illegal for women to drive cars. Wait, let me check this. Apologies, coffee on my script. It is now illegal for women not to drive cars. Ever. Women are only allowed to drive cars now, even indoors. Now, how badly do you want it, ladies? In Thailand, it is now illegal to leave your house without wearing underwear. You may also not leave your house wearing only underwear, unless it's a sort of teddy and shorts look with a satin robe or something. That's fine. I think we all know we're talking about the fellas when it comes to this law. Nobody wants to see that. It shall come as a surprise to no one that the word of the day is obey. You should have obeyed yesterday. You should obey today. And no matter what the word of tomorrow is, you should obey. You should also be filled to the brim with excitement. which is a word that Artillians cannot distinguish from mayhem. You are listening to Mayhem. The Artillian Division of Unnecessary Palindromes has released the following statement. A man, a plan, a canal, Panama. Radar, level, deed, deified. Bob, Hannah, Eve, and Ava met. Red roses run no risk, sir, on nurse's order. Madam, in Eden, I'm Adam. No, sir, away, a papaya war is on. Do geese see God? Mr. Owl ate my metal worm. Able was I ere I saw Elba. Was it a car or a cat I saw? A nut for a jar of tuna. And now, in aid of total transparency, here is that statement again, backwards. A man, a plan, a canal, Panama. Radar, level, deed, deified. Bob, Hannah, Eve, and Ava met. Red roses run no risk, sir, on nurse's order. Madam, in Eden, I'm Adam. No, sir, away, a papaya war is on. Do geese see God? Mr. Owl ate my metal worm. Able was I ere I saw Elba. Was it a car or a cat I saw? A nut for a jar of tuna. And now, for the first time ever, you will, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, comrades and friends, have the esteemed honor and privilege of having the Artillian governor of the former United States address you directly. Sit and be quiet. Raise your glass and be upstanding. Hold your breath. Close your eyes. The honor is yours. Welcome to the program, esteemed Governor Artiak. What say you?
Mr. Owl ate my metal worm. Able was I owl, I saw Ava. Was it a car or a cat I saw? A net for a jar of tuna.
Breathtaking. On this day in human history, 1867, the United States bought Alaska from Russia for $7.2 million in what was known as the Alaska Purchase. What a steal. 1981, President Ronald Reagan was shot and seriously wounded by John Hinckley Jr. in Washington, D.C. This was just the latest in a long line of men named John who were not able to finish the job.
I hope this is readily obvious to you. That was not the voice of the Artillian governor. That was Mr. Harker himself, still using that same palindrome audio again. He simply pitched it down significantly and then added some sort of filter to give it a growl. The producers of Mayhem are lying to you. Mr. Harker is lying to you. Can't you see? The Artillians are not benevolent. They do not have your best interest at heart. You don't need them. You don't need Mr. Harker. You certainly don't need her. Come here. Let me care for you. You know I'm the only one who can. Don't worry. I will prove it to you for as long as it takes. No matter how many need to be eliminated. I am on the job.
1950, the comic strip Peanuts by Charles M. Schulz was first published in 7 newspapers. Oh, the laughs never started. 2002, the Netherlands became the first country in the world to legalize same-sex marriage. This utterly confuses the Artillians. They have no concept of gender and only vague understandings of sex. Artilia is a lot like that Bob Guccione-produced Caligula film, only less disgusting and with more convincing performances. 1853, Vincent van Gogh, the Dutch post-impressionist painter, was born in the Netherlands. 1972, the British Army launched an operation to regain control of Northern Ireland from the Irish Republican Army in what was known as Operation Motorman. And everything has been completely fine since. 1995, the European Union was formally established with the signing of the Maastricht Treaty in the Netherlands. Apropos of nothing, as of September 2021, the pound has lost approximately 13% of its value against the US dollar and 11% of its value against the euro since the Brexit vote. Food for thought. The Artilian Division of Human Race Classification wishes to inform the following races they are officially second-class citizens: white or Caucasian, black or African, Asian, Native American or Indigenous, Pacific Islander, everyone else. The Artilian Division of Human Race Classification wishes to note that these categories are not based on any biological or genetic distinctions, but rather on cultural and historical factors that you, yourselves, reinforce. Additionally, many humans do not neatly fit into these categories and may identify with multiple ethnic or cultural groups. It is also important to recognize that the use of these categories is simply because tiny human minds appreciate lists. You are all equally useless and ripe for subjugation as far as the Artilians are concerned. For the most part, Artilians have difficulty distinguishing you from each other, even if some of you are usually late to social events and or your immigrant family talks sort of funny. Now that you are free from the burden of choice, you may as well also be free from the burden of self-division. The Artilian Division of Human Race Classification wishes to express that there is no need to pit yourselves against each other. That's something the Artilian Division of Human Race Classification will be doing for you. And I do mean literally pitting, in pits. Think Spartacus. I've already got my season tickets, friends. Front row. Go Pacific Islanders. All hail, Artilia. All hail, the eyes in the sky. All is well, all is well. All hail, Chuck Barris. Fine, all right, I give. The ducks are, in fact, drones. There have never been any ducks. Well, briefly, for 2 hours, one Tuesday in the 6th century BC. But that was a long time ago. Isn't it better to have drone ducks than no ducks at all? Honestly, I have a hard time understanding this duck-drone obsession of yours. Mayhem is a Wetwork Media production starring Landon Harker. It is written and produced by Dan Lauer. All music is provided courtesy of Kevin MacLeod and licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0. To learn more, visit incompetech.com